Hello again. Let me try this time to make a case for the Bible. We must agree that historical evidence is very reliable. I hope we do. Nobody can prove or disprove what happened in the ancient past. All we can do is examine the evidence. It's logical, right? Now, in order to do that, we must consider these two factors. Number one, any proof of historical accounts is based on the evidence that exists regarding that account. And number two, the evidence comes only from ancient documents, manuscripts, and physical remains. The whole history of mankind as we know it today comes from documentary evidence. Now, we have one disadvantage, and it is in the fact that the original manuscripts don't exist anymore. So, how do we know that what we know today is based on real facts? Well, in school I remember learning about Julius Caesar, the Roman emperor, and about Plato, the Greek philosopher, and about Homer, the Greek writer and author of the Iliad and the Odyssey. My question is there any doubt today that these historical figures actually did live? Their existence and accounts come from the documents and manuscripts. However, let's consider the evidence. First of all, none of the original manuscripts regarding these figures exist anymore. And we must also consider the time lapse between the manuscripts that we do have when they were written and the time that the actual account took place. Let's see. The earliest manuscripts regarding the existence and the life of Julius Caesar are dated 1,000 years after Julius Caesar lived and died. And there are only a total of 10 manuscripts in existence. 10 manuscripts. Likewise, the earliest manuscripts about the existence and the life of Plato, the Greek philosopher, are dated 1,300 years after Plato lived and died. And we have 7 manuscripts to support. The earliest manuscripts about the existence and the life of Homer, the Greek philosopher, the Greek writer, are dated 500 years after Homer lived and died. And there are an astonishing 643 manuscripts in existence. We know about this persons that lived in ancient times, and we believe that, not believe, we take it as a fact that they lived and existed, right? Now, the earliest manuscripts regarding the New Testament of the Bible alone, just the New Testament, are dated 35 years, only 35 years after the last book of the New Testament, the book of Revelation, was written. And there are 5,300 Greek manuscripts in existence. 35 years after the accounts, and there are 5,300 manuscripts in existence. Even more, the manuscripts, known as the Dead Sea Scrolls, contains fragments of almost every book of the Old Testament, and they are dated around 150 BC, just about 200 years after the last event of the Old Testament is described. Based on the evidence and documents that we have, there is no other book in the world that has so many manuscripts to support the accounts and events that took place as the Bible does. When we put all these manuscripts together and compare it with the Bible that we have today, we get over 99.5% of what are considered the original manuscripts. So my question to you is this: why is it that we put so much faith and so much credibility in accounts of persons and actions that took place in ancient history with so little evidence as, for instance, 10 manuscripts regarding Julius Caesar, 7 manuscripts regarding Plato, and 643 manuscripts regarding Homer, and yet we give no credibility to the accounts of the New Testament, considering that there are 5,300 manuscripts in existence. I know why. I call it dishonesty, intellectual dishonesty. Either we believe in historical, ancient documents, manuscripts, and evidence equally, or we don't believe any of them. The evidence is there, but also the bias is there. You be the judge.